To have a loved one murdered is a unique loss. Another human being made an intentional decision to kill this person you adored. As this trial begins, it's just certainly unlike anything in the life of a small town. There's palpable tension on both sides. Everybody is on high alert to find out the ultimate question: did he do it?
On February 3rd, 1997, Chris Tapp is charged with first-degree murder with an enhancement for using a deadly weapon and rape.
Chris confessed to being at the scene with Ben Hobbs and this other person.
Ben Hobbs is never charged because he didn't confess to the crime and his DNA didn't match.
It's not Jeremy Sargis's DNA either.
Chris Tapp was the only one left holding the bag.
There will be justice. And going into the trial, it's reliving it. The horror. It's awful.
Carol was there. She went to the trial every day. She was a very visible presence.
Carol Dodge wanted him to pay. She wanted the death penalty. She wanted Chris Tapp to suffer the way her daughter had.
The jury saw him confessing to doing it, to participating in the crime.
How many times did you cut her? Just once. Did she say anything? Help.
Chris's defense lawyers saw that there were problems with his confession, but the prosecution was successful in countering his claims.
And the argument is simple. Innocent people don't confess to crimes they didn't commit. Closed case. So even though someone else left his DNA on Angie, the jury finds Chris guilty as an accomplice.
The jury, for our verdict, unanimous, not guilty.
When the jury verdict came down, it was just sadness. Pure sadness. I couldn't believe I was going away. I couldn't believe I was going to prison.
I completely believe that what the police did was improper. I think that the questioning was entirely suggestive, and I think that Christopher just was led down a path.
We couldn't have done it without you.
When Chris was found guilty, all of us friends wanted the death penalty for him. We felt that he should be taken care of like he did to our friend.
Stand up. I am not the monster animal that everyone thinks I am. Judge, I asked you to spare my life. Thank you. Any actors?
How dare he ask to spare his life when Angie begged for hers? How dare he? How dare he?
The judge ultimately opted against the death penalty. He gave him 30 years to life.
There are a number of issues that were raised during the trial, and I believe that there will be an appeal.
Tab, do you have any questions about the sentence I just imposed?
Merry Christmas.
The family was very upset that he didn't get either the death penalty or life without parole.
And I came in here and I did everything I could to go. Doesn't anybody understand what's going on in this town? Won't anybody wake up? This town needs to wake up. Take your blinders off, for hell's sakes.
Even though Chris Tapp was now in prison, Carol wasn't satisfied. There was still the mystery of who left the DNA at the crime scene and delivered Angie's fatal wounds.
We still needed to find that other person.
But nothing happened. Nothing came up. No evidence came forward.
Carol Dodge is not happy that her daughter's actual killer has not been identified. So she decides she needs to investigate it herself.
Carol Dodge is a force of nature.
Force of nature.
She's a formidable figure, fierce, determined.
I don't think Carol knows what rest means.
She wants answers.
She's cajoling the police, saying, come on, you've got to find something.
I'd go to the police station every day.
Over and over again, she would barge into the chief's office.
And I say, what's happening today? IFPD got so tired of me. I say, I'm going out to the streets tonight. I literally went to the streets. I kept going back and forth. And I kept reading all of the documents and the different reports that I had accumulated.
She's driving around late at night, putting her own life at risk.
Somebody pulled a gun on her once.
She's surveilling people. She's questioning drug dealers.
I lived out on the streets. I'd go home 3 or 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
She followed me a few times, let me know that she knew I had something to do with it and I was going down, and it was sad to see her, to see a mom in that so much pain.
She did that for 20 years, basically.
She is not going to let Angie's case go cold.
The turning point comes when Carol decides that she's going to study Chris Tapp's interrogation tapes, all 60 hours of them. She is convinced that she will notice something that the cops never noticed.
She's looking through them, trying to see if she can find more information about who killed her daughter.
Didn't know about this, I would say, but I do not know.
And over time,
I don't know what the hell you guys want.
she realizes that he really doesn't know much about the crime.
Where he's cigarette in the living room. She was killed in the bedroom.
Chris Tapp's not there.
I wasn't there.
But the big question is, if Chris wasn't there, why would someone confess to a crime they didn't commit?